Okay, so I'm actually really excited about this clip. Finally, we get to see Julian doing some good stuff. Julian is one of the best group fighters that EU has to offer, and in this clip, you'll see exactly why that is. He does make one mistake, but it's not that big of a deal because he recovers like beautifully. So let's watch the clip. Okay, so let's summarize the clip now. So sizing each other up, sizing each other up. Goes to push a little bit, then goes for the target switch right there. Lands a target switch, blocks after the target switch, goes for the backstab, does not go for the backstab, changes his mind rather, stabs at the air, okay, and then stabs the guy, he blocks, oop, and then his one man goes down. That's unfortunate. Then he fights in a 2v1, trying to survive. Oh, other guy hits his teammate. Julian kills him. Teammates coming in, but it doesn't matter because Julian's going to spin and kill him. Okay, so let's break this down now. So, spacing, I'm not a huge fan of right now because they're kind of clumped. This is one thing I'm noticing of Julian. It's like like the enemy will have pretty good spacing, but then Julian will have like these huge gaps and then a clump. Uh, Not too good there, but doesn't really matter for this clip. Um, Yep, just sizing each other up. So this is a key moment right here, because he's pretty much like he's sort of pushing without being reckless. So he's pushing, and then he has this guy sort of like on the defense, right? Even though Julian is blocking, he's still like getting this guy thinking like, oh no, like Julian might attack me. I need to like protect myself, right? And it's because of this that he's able to set up this target switch. Bam, beautiful right there. And he's only able to do that because he has this guy thinking that Julian is going to straight stab him, right? So he pushes, pushes. Oh, am I going to down stab you? Am I going to down stab you? Nope, I'm going to down stab your teammate right here. Bam. So like if you want to compare this to boxing, like think of this as like a jab, right? So this is your jab. Now a jab isn't powerful, but a jab will get your opponent thinking about defense. And a jab will allow you to set up your big right hand punch. And in this case, the right hand punch is right over here. So now, if Julian like did not throw that jab, if he didn't get the guy thinking about going backwards, then if Julian would have just went straight for the target switch, this guy most likely would have not been thinking about defense. He probably would have just straight stabbed Julian as he was going for the switch, and Julian would have died. So if this guy blocked, then that means that they both would have lived, and this guy would have been 2v1. But because Julian had this guy like thinking about defense, because Julian was like being an aggressor, right? So this guy is thinking like I need to protect myself, and because of that, that leaves an opening for the target switch, right? So he lands a target switch, which is beautiful, a down stab switch. And whenever you're going for target switches, try going for down stabs because like the up stab block is the default, right? If you don't know which way to block, you're gonna block up. It's just natural. So he goes for a down stab switch, lands it, and then he follows through. He doesn't stop there. He turns towards the new threat and he blocks. So always when you're target switching, you want to switch, land the stab, look at the new threat, block. So switch, turn, block. 3 steps. Number 1, switch, turn, block. Always, 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 always when you're target switching. Now after that, Julian does make one little mistake that I caught. So the reasonable thing to do now, since this guy just attacked, Julian now has an opening for this guy, right? And he's preoccupied fighting his teammate here, right? So this guy's not focused on Julian, right? So remember, the easiest kills are the best kills in a group fight. So Julian thinks about going towards this guy, and he has this guy like blocking. Like this guy is still scared of Julian, right? He's still on the defense. And Julian is holding an upstab, so he's able to switch onto the other guy here. So if we look right here, like look at this. So Julian has the initiative right now, right? This guy isn't even facing him. That's a free backstab right there, right? And this guy's blocking. Like he's completely out of the picture right now. So if Julian was to kill this guy, then that means he would have been dead and his teammate would have been alive and they both would have ganked this guy, right? But I think what happened was that Julian was sort of he didn't want a team kill. So team killing is entirely possible. Sometimes team kills will happen like in the most stupidest ways possible. Um, so he instead turns towards this guy, and it's kind of weird because he kind of like stabs the air here. He's kind of like that indecisiveness kind of cost him a free backstab because instead of being decisive and being like, no, I'm gonna backstab this guy, he kind of like does like this weird half decision where he's like, I'm not completely sure if I want to stab him. I'm not completely sure if I want to stab him. I guess I'll just stab the air? Question mark. Um, but then it doesn't matter that much because he recovers because of his superb dueling skills. So over here, so because he does, this will happen a lot if you're the 2 man or a flank player. So because he didn't take care of this guy, he unfortunately kills Julian's teammate. Goodbye. So that means number 1, number 2, they are now both gonna be attacking Julian. So the 1 and 2 man versus Julian. Let's see what happens. Okay, so he's trying his best to stay on the outside. So whenever you're in a 2v1 situation, you want to do what Julian is doing right now. You want to avoid being in this zone as much as possible because in this zone, you can get attacked from this way, you can get attacked from that way. Pretty much, you don't want to be the monkey in the middle, right? You want to keep going on the outside. So you want to stack the enemies. That's what I've been told it's called. Stack your enemies so that way they don't have many angles to attack you with, and the few angles they do have, they might team kill, which is beneficial to you. So now he's gonna go on the outside on the right side. So he does go in the middle here, but he doesn't stay there for long. Okay, so this guy actually ended up hitting his teammate. So how this happened was he started his stab a bit off off angle, so he started here when he should have been starting it here, right? So you got to be careful with your stabs. You got to make sure they're accurate. So he hit his teammate because of swing stabs. Swing stabs are the cause of a lot of team kills or team hits. So what happened here was that he stabs. He noticed he's noticing he's off, right? So rather than fainting out of it, he tries to recover by swinging. And when he swings it, his teammate is also going the same direction. So he's swinging this way to recover and try to hit Julian, and his teammate is going that way. So he's going into his swing, right? And then Julian is safe. He's right out of it. So what happens is boom. So teammate gets hit. He's lucky it was a swing stab. Because swing stabs like 50-50, it'll kill you or it'll team hit you. So that happens. And then Julian down stabs. Okay, this is really weird. So I think this is called a frame perfect block or something. It's like a frame perfect stab or a frame perfect block. Pretty much you attack and you block at the same time. It happens very rarely, but it does happen. So you'll know this happens when you see a clash. Like you'll see like um second. So you'll see like the yellow like clashing little sparks, and then you'll see blood. So if you see both of them at the same time, that means it was a frame perfect stab. So Julian is very lucky he was able to block and stab at the same time. So this guy's dead, and he blocks, and his team is coming to help him, but it doesn't matter because he's going to kill him anyway. So let's watch the full thing again. Okay, so let's just go over what the lessons for this clip was. So lesson, have better spacing than this. Please have better spacing. Uh, and then remember that when you're thinking about going for a target switch, you always have to set it up. You set it up by getting the guy you're facing to think about defense. You need to make him afraid of you because if he's not afraid of you, then he's just gonna straight stab you. And if you get straight stabbed while you switch, then you're dead, right? So he's got this guy thinking about defense, while this guy doesn't even know what's gonna hit him, and he hits him. And then remember, hitting is not enough. You have to recover. So turn and block. Dab, turn, block. Always. And then after that, be decisive. You always have to be decisive. There's a free backstab here, right? So go for the backstab then. You might team kill, you might not, but I mean, he's pretty much pincered here, right? So there's no reason not to go for a backstab. Like, look at this pincer right here. Like, he's not going to hit his teammate in this position, but he was a bit indecisive because he didn't want to team kill. So he ends up stabbing air, which is a wasted movement, and every little millisecond counts in a group fight. He does a good job surviving the 2v1 here. Takes advantage of the team hit. Don't swing stab, by the way. Do not, please do not swing stab. Gets a lucky frame perfect stab and finishes up. Cool. Hope that helps you guys. See ya.